At the beginning of the story, we see a young couple, Matt and Nadia, who have moved into their new home. The house is in a desolate area with no other houses or population around. Tired of the city's noise, Matt and Nadia wanted a quiet place like this, and Matt got this beautiful house at a very low price. When they enter the house, it's in terrible condition, as if it had been empty for years. So they start cleaning the house, and Matt begins throwing unnecessary items out the window. While cleaning the kitchen, Nadia finds a dead bird, which she takes outside to bury. But then, Matt calls her from the upstairs window, diverting her attention to him. When she looks back at the bird, it has disappeared. This feels strange to Nadia, and she wonders where the bird suddenly vanished. On the other hand, Matt notices something odd on the wall. To investigate, he tears off the wallpaper and finds a large door that requires a key to open. Matt starts searching for the key and finds it in the junk thrown outside. He inserts the key into the lock and opens the door. Nadia arrives there too. They see a dark, pitch-black room inside. As soon as they enter, the outside lights suddenly start blinking. Sensing something wrong, Matt says they should call an electrician to fix this issue. Saying this, he leaves, leaving Nadia alone near the room. Nadia wonders whether she should enter the room or not, but then she feels an eerie fear and follows Matt. The night passes this way, and the next day, Nadia calls an electrician. Soon, an electrician arrives to fix the blinking lights. While checking, he goes down to the basement and is stunned by the sight. The entire basement is filled with electrical wires with no corner free of them. The wires look very old, and the electrician says he has never seen anything like this. Somehow, he fixes the lights and while leaving tells Matt, "Why did you buy this house? The previous owner was murdered here, and since that day, no one has been willing to live in it." Hearing this, Matt gets very scared and starts researching the house. During his research online, he finds an old news article about the Thompson family, a couple who lived there. The article states that the couple was killed by their own son, John. During the investigation, John told the police, "The house made me commit this murder." Matt thinks this is a fabricated story and after hours of research gets tired. Hiding from his wife, he sits in the dark room drinking alcohol. There were only 2 sips left in the bottle, which he finishes thinking to himself, "I wish I had another bottle to drink." Suddenly, the lights start blinking, go off for a while, and when they come back on, a bottle of alcohol is lying in front of him. His eyes widen in shock. When he touches the bottle to check, he realizes it's real. That is, this room can fulfill any wish. The next morning, Nadia wakes up and sees that Matt is not there. She goes to the room to look for him and finds the entire room filled with valuable paintings and new items, with Matt extremely happy. Matt tells Nadia that this room has the power to fulfill any wish. He says, "Whatever you want, just ask from your heart and it will appear before you." Nadia finds Matt's words amusing and laughs at him, but Matt insists, "Just try once." Nadia says, "All right, I need a job right now, so I'll wish for that." Matt explains that the room can't give a job. Ask for a thing. Nadia closes her eyes and wishes for $1,000, and in the blink of an eye, $1,000 appears. Still, Nadia isn't fully convinced. She wishes for $1 million again, and just like before, $1 million appears. Now Nadia believes that this room is no ordinary room, but one that fulfills every desire. And then, they start asking for expensive items one after another, and the items appear before them. They accumulate expensive wines, costly clothes, diamonds, gold, food and drink, and piles of money. Overnight, they become millionaires, and their life passed happily. At night, Nadia asks Matt how the room is fulfilling all their wishes, but Matt says they shouldn't think about it, just enjoy. They lived like billionaires for the next several days. Whenever they had a wish, the lights would flicker, and all their desires would be instantly fulfilled in the basement room. They dance, party, and had a lot of fun. But their glamorous life was only a guest for a few days, and now their bad days were about to begin. The room could give anything, but there was one thing, the biggest desire of their lives, that the room could also provide. However, they weren't ready to ask the room for it, and that thing was none other than a child. One day, Matt gifts Nadia a baby cradle, hinting that they should try for a child. He persuades Nadia to try once more, but Nadia isn't ready because she had suffered 2 miscarriages before. Nadia gets upset. After thinking for a long time, she goes to the room and wishes for a child, and she gets one. When Matt sees Nadia with the child, he gets very angry and scolds her, saying she shouldn't have taken the child without permission. They argue for a long time. Nadia says she took this shortcut to avoid the pain of miscarriage or labor. She says they will be very happy with this child, but Matt isn't ready to accept the child and tells Nadia to go to the room and wish to return the child. Reluctantly, Nadia comes to the room and tries to make the child disappear, but fails. She hands the child to Matt. Holding the child, Matt becomes emotional too and can't wish to make the child disappear. He places the child back in Nadia's arms. They decide to raise the child and become parents. Nadia is very happy with the child, but Matt has no attachment to it and wants to learn more about the room. He researches again and discovers that the boy who killed the house's owners, his parents, is still alive living in a mental hospital. After learning this, Matt pockets some money from the wished piles and heads to meet John. At the hospital, the nurse asks Matt if he's a reporter, because no family member has visited John in 45 years. Matt lies, saying he's a reporter. Soon, John arrives. He has grown old and sits at the back table, telling Matt, "I was waiting for you." This feels strange to Matt, and he directly asks John what he knows about the room and why he killed his parents. John says, "I didn't kill my parents, the room made me do it." Then smiling, he says, "I know you're enjoying now, eating, drinking, expensive clothes, fun, but soon you'll have to pay the price." John tells Matt to leave the house as soon as possible. Matt thinks John's mental state isn't right and leaves him there, heading home. On the way, he stops at a gas station to fill up. When he reaches into his pocket to pay the attendant, instead of money, ash comes out. He gets worried and pays with money from another pocket, then heads straight home, wondering where the money he had put in his pocket disappeared. To confirm, he takes the wished money, throws it out the window, and it vanishes. Then he takes a wished painting, keeps half inside the house and half outside. Soon, the part outside turns to ash, while the inside remains the same. Matt realizes they can't take anything from the room outside the house or it will turn to ash. Matt starts breaking the room's walls to find out what is hidden inside, but behind the walls there are only tangled wires, nothing else. Nadia arrives there due to the noise of breaking the walls, holding the child and heading out. Matt stops her, saying it's not safe to take the child out. He can't tell her the real reason, but he knows that anything wished from the room will be destroyed if taken outside. Despite Matt's warning, Nadia takes the child out. As soon as she does, the child starts crying loudly and its color begins to change. Nadia screams. Hearing her, Matt runs to them, picks them up, and brings them inside. Now the small child is no longer small, but has become an 8-year-old boy in seconds. Matt tells Nadia the whole truth. The room can fulfill any wish, but they can't take its gifts outside, or they will age and turn to ash. Nadia is very sad, and they decide to keep the child inside the house, never letting him out, or he will die. Days pass this way, and Nadia teaches the child everything inside the house. She considers him her son and names him Shane. Shane is very different from other children. He doesn't listen to anyone, and nothing affects him. His behavior isn't childlike at all. During meals, he eats ice. Despite all this, Nadia loves Shane deeply. She tells him he can't go outside because dangerous people will kill him. Shane becomes sad and looks at the outside world through windows and doors. Whenever Nadia goes out or comes in, she locks the door so Shane can't escape. One day, while Shane is playing with a snow globe, Matt arrives. Since Matt has no attachment to Shane, he scolds him for playing there. Frightened, the snow globe falls from Shane's hands and breaks. Shane is hurt by Matt's behavior. At night, Shane sneaks near their room to eavesdrop on Nadia and Matt talking about the room. This makes Shane suspicious that there's something in the room he doesn't know, and he wonders why they won't let him go outside or near the room. Taking a flashlight, he starts investigating the house and reaches the basement filled with tangled wires. Passing through them, he finally reaches the room and learns the whole secret. All night, the lights blink throughout the house, but Matt and Nadia are asleep and notice nothing. The next morning, when Matt wakes up, he sees a new snow globe beside him and the broken one at a distance. He gets worried who made the new globe. He goes to Nadia, wakes her, and asks if she wished for the globe from the room. Nadia says no. Then, seeing the lights blink, he realizes it's Shane's doing. They rush to the room and are shocked. Since Shane isn't allowed outside, he wished for a large outdoor area with open sky and a big forest where he's playing happily. Nadia is happy seeing her son's created world and starts playing with him. But Matt is not pleased with Shane's actions, fearing he might wish for a gun or something wrong that endangers them. He grabs Shane's hand and brings him back inside. Matt keeps the room's key with him and forbids Shane from entering it. But Nadia stops Matt, saying they already don't let Shane outside. Now he's made his own outdoor area, so they shouldn't stop him, and there's no danger to his life there.
Matt doesn't listen and says Shane is immature.
He fears Shane might mistakenly wish for something that puts them in danger. Then the phone rings, and without permission, Shane answers it, but Matt quickly snatches the phone and talks. It's John on the line, who heard Shane's voice and realized Matt wished for a child from the room. Matt doesn't hide anything and asks how to get rid of the child. In the kitchen, Nadia listens to their conversation on another phone. John tells his truth. I was also wished for from the room. I killed my parents because I wanted to see the outside world. But when I went out, I aged. When I asked the room, it told me that to leave the house, I had to kill the person who wished for me. That's why I killed the woman who wished for me and her husband too. That's why I'm in jail today. He tells Matt that his and Shane's stories are the same. If you want to save Shane and show him the outside world, you must kill the person who wished for him. If you wished for Shane, you must sacrifice yourself. If your wife did, you must kill her. Nadia hears all this and becomes very sad. She takes the car and leaves the house, making Matt worry. Nadia thinks of killing herself to give Shane life, but can't. Meanwhile, Matt sits at the table having dinner with Shane. Shane asks where his mom is and many other questions. Frustrated, Matt tells Shane he's not their real son and has no parents. In anger, he pushes Shane out of the room. Scared and crying, Shane goes to his room upstairs. Soon, Matt realizes his mistake. He goes to Shane's room, apologizes, and they sleep together all night. When Nadia returns and sees them sleeping together, she feels good. After a while, Matt wakes up and sees Nadia is back. He tells her he was very worried and asks forgiveness for yelling at Shane and fighting with her. During the conversation, they get close, and while they are intimate in the room, Shane watches them secretly through the door. He feels attraction toward Nadia. He wants to do the same things. So he waits for them to sleep. When they are in deep sleep, Shane sneaks in and steals the key to the outside door from Matt's pocket. The next morning, Matt and Nadia see the front door open and realize Shane has gone out. They fear he might be dead. But then they spot Shane in another part of the house, shocked because he has become a young, strong man. He points a gun at his parents and threatens them. Nadia tries to reason with him. Meanwhile, Matt attacks Shane and they fight. During the fight, Nadia gets pushed and falls unconscious. After a while, Matt wakes her and says Shane accidentally got shot and died. Nadia starts crying. Matt consoles her and brings her back inside. And here comes the story's biggest twist. The one who carried Nadia inside is not the real Matt, but Shane. In the other room where the fight happened, the real Matt regains consciousness and searches the house for his wife. Seeing the lights blink again, he heads to the room, but Nadia isn't there. Nadia has no idea that the man with her is not Matt, but Shane, who wished to take Matt's form. But Nadia notices changes in Matt, and soon realizes from his ice-eating habit that it's Shane who wished to look like Matt. On the other side, the real Matt realizes he's trapped alone in the house. Shane has wished to shift his wife to another house. To escape, Matt uses all his strength to break the wall and, passing the wires, reaches the room, which is now a forest with tall trees. There, Matt learns that Shane has expanded the room and created a duplicate house like theirs. He also realizes Shane took his form to kidnap Nadia and be physical with her alone. At this thought, to get his wife back, Matt runs through the forest and finally enters the duplicate house where Shane is trying to force himself on Nadia. Seeing Matt enter, Shane prepares to fight again. Now Nadia can't tell who the real Matt is because they look identical and both say, "Come with me." Nadia acts wisely and calls Shane's name. Hearing it, Shane looks at her and Nadia realizes which one is Shane. She pushes Shane down. As he falls, he returns to his real form. Meanwhile, Matt and Nadia try to exit the room but can't because Shane wished for them to stay trapped in this house. After many attempts fail, Matt stops and thinks of a way out. Cleverly, he wishes that their new forms stay inside the house while their real forms go outside. Suddenly, Shane arrives and stabs Matt, killing him. Then he tries to convince Nadia to forget Matt and stay with him. But during this, he realizes these are clones of Matt and Nadia. while the real Matt and Nadia run toward the forest outside the room. Seeing this, Shane gets very angry and chases them. The real couple reaches the real house. When Shane arrives, he attacks Matt. But Matt smartly grabs Shane tightly and drags him outside with him. Seeing his life in danger, Shane runs back to the door. But before he can enter, Nadia closes it. Shane tries to persuade her. "Please, Mom, open the door for me." But Nadia now understands. Crying, she watches Shane age. His body starts decaying, and finally, he turns to ash. Nadia approaches, takes the ash from his body in her hands, and cries. Because she considered him her son. Then Matt comes to Nadia, and they embrace each other. The scene shifts to a few months later. Matt and Nadia settle in a small house and live peacefully. But soon, Nadia fearfully takes a pregnancy test and it's positive. That is, they are going to have their own baby. And with this, the story ends. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and like the video.